guys, welcome back to my channel, Drunk Crafts with Paige. I am Paige, and today I am drinking a black cherry lemonade. Tastes like summer. So today, in our video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, which is something I feel like I say every video, especially now that we are trying different pouring techniques that I've never done before. But this is another technique that I have not tried. It is also not really pouring. We are going to be using acrylic paint, but the end result is going to be kind of watercolory. I have this idea in my head, and I hope it turns out, and if you guys are interested in seeing what I'm talking about, please stick around. So this technique I'm talking about, it is not a pouring technique as mentioned, but we will be using acrylic paint, and we're gonna kind of be globbing it onto the canvas using water in a spray bottle to mist it, and we're gonna let it bleed so it gives like a cool gradient and watercolor effect. And the idea in my head is that we're gonna be taking one of these wooden canvases, wooden boards. I'd like to paint a skull on it and then glob the acrylic paint kind of around the crown area to make it like a crown of color, sort of like flowers. And we're gonna give this gradient, this watercolor kind of technique a go and see if we can create something cool. So first step is gonna be painting the skull onto the canvas. Here is my skull. I kind of did a yellowish background before I did the skull. I painted some white and some yellow, and I kind of gradiented. Is that a verb? I did a gradient of yellow just a little bit, about halfway down the canvas before I painted the skull on. Now this is just a pretty basic skull. I didn't do any extra like fancy shading or whatnot to it. And as I said in the intro, my idea is to kind of cover the crown with globs of paint, and we're going to try to kind of like watercolor it down. We're going to mostly watercolor it down on this portion, and we're going to try to maybe like blend it a little bit upwards. We're going to, I don't know, we're going to give it a shot. So I have this tiny, cute little like palette knife. It's just made of plastic. And I've got my cheapo bowl that I always use for paint. And I think I'm just gonna do a rainbow of colors. I've got different colors sitting here. We've got red, orange, gold, green, blue, purple, and a neon pink. And so we're just gonna kind of pour a little bit of each of these into the bowl, and we're gonna start slapping some color on here. Okay, so I have all my paint in here, and we're going to try, I have a very small spray bottle just full of water, and we're going to kind of try to mist it a little. Whew. And as I mentioned, I just kind of want this side. This is really hard to film. You can spray directly on whatever colors you want to highlight, like this orange and the purple. I kind of want this to be messy. And you can keep spraying along the bottom, and that's what gives it some of the watercolor appearance. You can just kind of modify this as you go. Like if you want more colors, I'm gonna go ahead and take my palette knife and I'm gonna scrape some more I'm gonna scrape some red onto here with some of these colors. So here's what we've got right now. We've got some cool, like, it looks like a rainbow. That was the look I was going for, that we've got a rainbow blending down. But obviously, this upper part has no color. So we're gonna be spraying it just a little bit while it's flat, and I'm gonna use a paper towel to kind of like sponge it out just a little bit. Okay guys, so that took quite a bit of time and very bad camera angles, but I hope you could kind of get the gist of what I was doing. I tilted it up to let the paint kind of like drip down there on the side here, and then for everything else I sprayed while it was laying down, and I just kind of used a paper towel to sponge it around. So that's what it looks like from afar. We're gonna go ahead and let it dry. Once it's totally dry, I think I'm gonna go ahead and resin coat it, because that'll give it a nice even top layer. And we'll come back to it when it's all done. All right, once again, we are outside, so it is time to reveal what our watercolor skeleton painting turned out like. Plus, it's got a nice, fresh, new resin coat on top. For our first go at this technique, I think it turned out really well. We've got a nice rainbow kind of coming down the skeleton, and we've got nice blending up top. And I globbed some gold along it that you can see. I love it. However, with doing it on wood, you can see very tiny cracks kind of in the surface. So maybe this water spraying technique would be better suited for a cloth canvas. But look at that resin shine. It is so clean, and I think this turned out really nicely. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed how the painting turned out. It was definitely different than our usual acrylic pour styles. If you did enjoy the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. All of my links are always down in the description box below for my Instagram, my Facebook page, which has pieces for sale, and also my PayPal account if you would like to contribute to the channel. I'll see you guys all for the next video.